everyone, welcome to Outlaws Dies. Over the past couple of days, I have been going through my stamp collections and looking through all my different things and realized that we can stamp and alter our borders. And some of these that I've done, you've seen already because I put them online for you, and some haven't seen them, just to give you a quick glimpse of the different things that I've done. I just went into my Stampin' Up! Collection, my Close to My Heart collection, and just started finding finding the stamps that would fit the dies that we already have. The dies that I've used so far are from Falling Maple and from Cogs and Clouds. And you can see that there are stamps that are out there that fit really nicely into our collections. This one I just did a whole bunch of pine cones. I really love it for Christmas. And then even my Stamps of Life collection from Stephanie Bernard, I have found some that work on this one. And this one is from Arsenic 1. So this is our scallop series from Arsenic 1. The sky's the limit on what you can do with these. Well, as I was perusing my collections again, one of the things that I remembered having was my little card border sets of stamps. And I'm like, oh my gosh, these are acrylic. I can bend these, I can move these, and I can make them fit my borders. So I went ahead and I took one of our border sets in the Wave series. I got my Serenity Waves out. And sure enough, I bent and moved this arrow piece. Okay, it's normally straight, and I bent it around and I fixed and followed the line of the curve of my die. So now I have a little arrow border on my die set, which is really, really cool. And, you know, I know a lot of us have different scrapbooking things that we have in our collections that we don't use all the time, we don't go back to. So I want to really bring a lot of things forward, and I want our company to work with all these other systems that we already have. Use what you've got and bring in new stuff, but use your old stuff along with it too. So I really want to keep that in mind as our company goes forward. And I wanted to show you this technique that I did so that, you know, you can really go back in and start using stuff that you've had all your crafting careers and lives, you know, creating and doing, and bringing old things back again and making them new. So I'm going to show you how to do this really quickly, and you can see that it works with different types of borders, and it also works with sentiments. So if you have acrylic sentiments that are long words or verses or whatever, those will work too. So here's how I did this, and you can see kind of my methodology on how this evolved. Where did I put my border? There it is. Okay, so here's the Serenity border. Again, I just cut it. Now keep in mind, the paper that I'm using right now, this is a Basil or My Colors blend, and so it is textured, and you can kind of see it's got that burlap type texture to it. That is going to come into play with your stamps on how clean and crisp your images start. So just keep that in mind when you're stamping on anything that, you know, if you want it to look really nice and crisp, you're going to want smooth cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to take my border, and for me, it doesn't really matter which direction the arrows are going as long as I start in the same direction. It's okay. So what you're going to want to do is, rather than putting this down on your paper and try and move it and then get your block onto that, that's really difficult to do. And also, if you have any ink on there, it'll ghost onto your paper, and you don't really want that. So what I did was I turned my my border piece upside down, and then I took my block and I lined it up this way, and then I went ahead and put the acrylic piece on there, and I just bent it. Make sure you don't pull it, because then you'll stretch out the image, but you just want to bend it and follow along the curve of that die. Okay, and then what happens is when I flip this back over, I'm going to flip my block over too, so it's going to follow that line nice and perfectly. Okay, I'm going to do black ink. Actually, let's try green this time. See how green on green gets. See how tone on tone looks. I'm very monochromatic, so I like tone on tone. So let's see how this works. Oops. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp that, align it, and go ahead and put it down. Good pressure. And there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little pencil. I'm going to put my finger right here. And then I'm going to mark this is where that line ended. So I'm going to flip it back over again. Bring my piece back over onto the top here. Now, you keep your piece going in the same direction. Don't reset these. Oops, you know what? Actually, I did move it. Okay, so flip it this way, flip it this way. There we go. So now my arrows are going in the same direction that they were starting in. Got to keep that one the same way. All right. So go down. And again, I'm just pressing. I'm not stretching. You want to make sure that you don't stretch. Okay. Okay, that's off of my edge a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over. I'm going to turn my block around and move it over because I like having that grid so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Follow that around just like that. All right. Then I'm going to flip that back over. Make sure my arrows are going the right direction. Okay. Now you see how this side here is not high? I want to make that a little bit higher. So I'm going to go back. And I'm going to bring this up just a tad higher. There we go. I know you probably can't see it as well because it's a small stamp. But you get where I'm coming from. Oops, see, I flipped it the wrong way. So I got to make sure my arrows are going the right way again. All right, there we go. And down. Now, it's not going to be 100% perfect. I'm okay with that as long as it looks like it is. I'm doing good. I'm not the best stamper in the entire world, let me tell you. All right, so flip it again. Okay. And there we are. Okay, flip it back over. Make sure everything's going the right direction. We're good to go. See, I did it again. I need to flip it this way. I like flipping. Okay. Oops, that's not on my thing. There we go. And there we are. And there you have it. So again, using something that you've got in your stash to make something that you're getting new even more awesome than what it was to start with. So I hope you like this. Keep an eye out on our website at www.outlawsdies.com to see our forum because we will have more videos that get put there all the time. Thanks for watching and come see us soon.